try to rest as much as she can during the week. Chita says he intends to enjoy the ceremony and other events, as this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The awards ceremony and banquet will be held on December 11th, Japan time.
The U.S. investigation of FIFA, the soccer's world governing body, is widening out. 16 more officials. National matches and bids to host World Cup games. The 16 newly indicted FIFA officials include the former of a South America. In a related move, President Sepp Blatter and Vice President Michel Platini are under investigation over allegations that Blatter made an illicit to Platini. Early on Thursday morning, Swiss law enforcement officials were seen at a hotel in Zurich. They arrested two FIFA vice presidents in the hotel. Extremely regrettable, he says everyone was deeply shocked. The irony is that FIFA's to discuss reform measures following FIFA officials for May. Indictment of 16 more FIFA officials, including the two arrested in Zurich on bribery and other charges. Connection of rights for international lucrative deals.
Every culpable individual who remains in the shadows, open to evade this ongoing investigation, will not wait us out, and you will not escape our focus.
That was U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch. Among those newly indicted is Rafael Callejas, who is the Honduras, after stepping down as the country. Callejas says he is perplexed by the indictment. The U.S. judge. Over an allegation involving an unlawful payment. Members. But the indictment of 60 more officials could call in how effective the proposed reforms would be. Japan Football Association Vice President Kozo Tashima says what FIFA can do now is maintain transparency to the outside world and create a set of rules to make sure there will never be any more corruption.
This news just in. Egyptian authorities say at least 16 people were killed when petrol bombs were thrown into a restaurant in central Cairo on Friday. This is the restaurant that was attacked by men with petrol bombs. The entrance is totally charred. Security officials say 6 men forced their way into the restaurant in the early hours of Friday and threw more than a dozen bombs, setting the place on fire. At least 16 people were killed and 2 injured. Investigators say shortly before the incident, some men denied entry to the restaurant by employees. They suspect the men set the restaurant on fire. Police are now searching for culprits who fled the scene. Official
56 bridges around Japan might be at risk of collapsing in case of a major earthquake due to poorly welded components. Substandard welding has been found in components that are used to make bridges earthquake resistant by reinforcing the joint between piers and girders. Some companies are alleged to have omitted essential steps in the process and then colluded with inspectors to cover up the irregularities. The Land Ministry today convened a panel of experts to discuss the survey findings. Professor Takeshi Mori of Hosei University heads the panel. He says it's appalling and outrageous to find so many companies were engaged in irregularities. The problem first came to light when faulty welded components were found at the Kanjin Bridge on Route 24 across the Kamogawa River in Kyoto. Some of the components used on the bridge didn't conform to the contract specification. In Fukui Prefecture. The revelation was followed by more problems with faulty welded components at bridges across the country. The Land Ministry checked the company in Fukui City and other manufacturers for irregularities. It found that substandard components were used on 556 bridges in 45 prefectures. 12 companies are accused of omitting the required welding processes for their... Done. Sharpening both ends ensures that the layers of the metal plates can be welded with no gap between them. However, some companies omitted the second part of the shaving process, which meant that gaps were left in their components. The component in question was made by Hisatomi Sangyo in Fukui Prefecture. The industry says the company complied with the authorized welding procedures for only products that were subject to regular inspections. The rest of the components were not welded properly. Hisatomi is also accused of the irregularities. Inspectors from a regional audit office were effectively stationed at the company. They merely inspected sections that had been welded properly and drew up reports saying that no problems were found. The audit worried that reports about inadequate welding might cause major delay in construction projects. Yoshiharu Industry Association in Kyoto Prefecture. He says he's furious. He says the construction industry has come under fire for many years, and it's time for all businesses and individuals involved to return to the fundamentals, doing what they are supposed to do. The Land Ministry is calling on primary construction contractors to use the substandard component. It is also preparing to tighten its measures to prevent any recurrence. Proposed steps include getting central and local governments to carry out checks for substandard components.
Tokyo police have sent papers to prosecutors on retired and serving officers of Japan's self-defense force for allegedly leaking a defense-related document to a former